lot of room there because Vince McMahon was primarily pricing tickets for families.
WrestleMania 43 will take place in Saudi Arabia as part of Riyadh season.
To becoming a massacre, a career assassination of Cena at the hands of the Beast.
Over the past couple of months, I found myself slowly losing interest in the WWE. And it's a little disappointing because last year was such a good year for wrestling. I mean, like WrestleMania 40 was one of the best WrestleManias of all time. And it looked like the WWE was primed to have a great 2025, but so far, that hasn't really been the case. And you know, I was looking forward to the TKO merger, and that hasn't really been a good thing either. I don't know, lately it just feels like the WWE has lost the spark that it had like a couple of years ago, at least for me personally. I mean, the WWE as a business is still doing great. They're making the most amount of money that they have ever. Even attendance is still way up, so I mean, it's clearly some people are really enjoying the product right now, but for me personally, I'm not, and I know a few of you guys out there feel the same way. So that's what we're gonna discuss in today's video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new.
If your answer is no, then tonight the dream dies.
And I think one of the first things that's changed drastically is just the repetitiveness of the booking. And yeah, Triple H is getting killed on Twitter, bro. Like, my Twitter feed has become so negative, bro. Like it's become the polar opposite of what it was 2 years ago. Some people have gone as far to say that they want Vince back, and it's like, guys, bro, like we've done this story before, man. He's a huge elephant in the room, and you guys don't want that elephant to come in here, you know?
You may not realize this, but you're an African American.
Hey boys, check it out. There's a member of the Taliban.
Also, like, I know Vince in 2019, I mean, that's really all I gotta say about that. And yeah, I mean, under Triple H, storylines just, they make more sense in general, bro. At least that's the one thing which I can appreciate is more logic to what's going on. But I think what's mainly lacking is that one big storyline thread that runs throughout the whole show that keeps you locked in, you know? They had that with the Bloodline, where, you know, even back then, like, things weren't perfect. Like, the tag team division wasn't great back then still. Like, the women's division wasn't that great. But you had that one main storyline in the Bloodline that kept you hooked throughout the whole show. And as long as that was good, then everything else was perceived as good. But now they don't really have that main storyline. And they could have had it with John Cena, but they fumbled the bag, man. Like, I tried to be really positive about it. Like, I made a video on it here. Like, I tried my best to be positive about it, but in the end, like, it feels like they made a mistake. And that's crazy to me, bro, because this is one of the greatest of all time. I mean, they call him the greatest wrestler of all time, and they didn't have a concrete plan for his heel run. And yeah, I mean, there were some cool moments, like Elimination Chamber. His initial heel turn was still excellent. Like, I'm still glad that we got that moment of him turning all serious face, and like The Rock's involvement. Like, at the start, it looked extremely promising, I won't lie to you. And that's despite, you know, The Rock wanting Cody's soul, whatever.
I want it all, Cody. I want your mind. I want your soul. And God have mercy, I need your soul.
But then, I mean, Cena's first couple of promos weren't that great, and then like WrestleMania happened, and we get Travis Scott, who has disappeared. I wonder what's going on with Travis Scott right now. So yeah, I mean, I think that's what part of the reason why I'm down on it right now, is just like the whole heel turn didn't make sense, and his face turn, like, now he's a face again, and that didn't really make sense. But yeah, back to like the main thread. I went on a bit of a tangent there, but yeah, just to go back on the repetitive booking part of it, like Roman Reigns losing his shoes every single Raw. I mean, it's funny, but like, dog, it's the same thing.
It's the same thing over and over.
And Roman Reigns' booking of him disappearing, he'll be there for a week or two and then get beat down and disappear. Like, I wish it wasn't a beatdown. I wish the way he was getting ridden off wasn't the same every time. Like, make it extravagant, you know? Get him like pushed off a bridge or something. I don't know. Make it less repetitive in that way. Like, just to make it a little bit more interesting. Yeah, that's the other thing which I'm not really liking, is like things being stretched out for so long, bro. And then the payoff isn't as good as... The payoff doesn't justify how long you're waiting for it. Like, one example is the Austin Theory and Grayson Waller thing. Like, these guys have been feuding, or like they've been teasing a breakup for so long, and then suddenly he just disappears. Like, I don't know what was going on with that. I think Austin Theory got released actually. So what happened with that? Like, Theory must have done something crazy, bro, for him to be released, because he was like the golden child in the WWE for a bit there. But yeah, things like that, things like the Wyatt Six. I mean, I guess injuries do happen, and that's a part of it as well. Like, it's not all just Triple H. Okay, Austin Theory still is signed to the WWE. I guess that must have gotten settled. Austin Theory is still the W, and that makes it worse, because like, what's going on, bro? What's going on at that point? But yeah, I mean, just to wrap up my thoughts, I think I also go through the cycle with the WWE occasionally, where like every 3 years I just stop watching for whatever reason. And I think it's in part burnout, just because like there's only so many storylines you can tell in wrestling, and if you're watching it year to year, then like you start to notice those patterns, so it becomes boring, and then you leave for a bit and you come back and you're like, oh, this is so cool, and then like that cycle repeats itself. And I think that's what's happening to me right now. Like, if I was a new fan, I don't think I'd be complaining as much. So yeah, let me know if you guys are like new recent viewers of the product. I don't think you'd have the same opinion as people have. And even with like the John Cena storyline as well, like if you're a first time viewer, you wouldn't really care that he isn't doing like an extended storyline with Randy Orton. Like, that wouldn't really matter to you because it's your first time watching. So that changes things for sure. The other side of the coin of the reason why I'm not really into WWE as much nowadays is TKO, bro. The TKO effect, as I want to call it. Like, I understand like it's a business. I understand that other promotions do it too. The NBA does it as well. The NHL does it as well. But like, the WWE doing it feels so heavy-handed sometimes, bro. Like, the Slim Jim on the table is doing a little bit too much for me. You know what I mean? Like, the Turnbuckles being sponsored, the mat being sponsored, that doesn't really bother me as much, but the entrances being sponsored really bothers me, because it feels extremely forced, bro. Like, the other night I saw a clip of the Street Profits coming out as the guys from Borderlands, and it's like, that is so forced, and I really despise when they do stuff like that, because it doesn't feel authentic. Maybe they are Borderlands fans, but it's not something that's been hinted on, so it feels extremely forced. And like, I really hate branded entrances. Like, just keep the wrestlers branding to themselves, man. The other thing is the pay-per-view spacing, and this is where like I tried to give Triple H some grace, just because like Saturday night's main event being a thing has made the WWE schedule so crazy, because you find yourself in spots where you only have 2 weeks to build up an entire pay-per-view, so it just makes storylines feel so rushed, man. Like the Randy Orton John Cena stuff, like I feel like there was a much larger story that could have been told there if they had 4 weeks instead of just 2, and we find that being repeated over and over again just because of the way the schedule has been made out. I'm not a huge fan of that. And also WrestleMania happening so late, I think, was also a mistake, because that build was extended and they didn't really use that time well. So yeah, hopefully they can fix that up next year and just have a bit more balance on where they play season, because yeah, this year it's been a disaster. The other thing was just pricing out fans. I mean, ticket prices are gonna go up if people will pay for them in general, bro. I mean, that's just like basic economics. I don't think that's necessarily a TKO thing. I think that's just the WWE's popularity rising, so more and more people are going to watch it, and that makes ticket prices go up. The other thing is just the other big topic of discussion with TKO has been like the streaming rights and how it's been split up, because right now Raw is on Netflix, NXT pay-per-views, NXT PLEs, and Saturday Night's main event is on Peacock. You got SmackDown on the USA Network, and you have regular PLEs on ESPN. And yeah, it's a lot of money that adds up pretty quickly, but I know there's some exceptions. Like if you have cable, then it's a lot cheaper. So yeah, I don't know. I can't really speak on this because I'm in Canada, so like it doesn't really matter for me. Like it's just Netflix and I get everything. So yeah, I feel bad for the US fans who have to go through that. But yeah, it's annoying, and like the NBA is doing the same thing right now where they're splitting everything up to a bunch of different streaming services. But yeah, I mean, those are my overall thoughts on what's wrong with the WWE right now, or why I'm not really watching it. I'm curious to know what you guys' opinion is. Let me know down in the comments. I want to have a discussion on that. And if you've noticed, I've done a shift towards more NBA content. and yeah, it's a little bit different, like NBA compared to WWE, in terms of like clip gathering and stuff. So I'm still learning on that. But yeah, I mean, that's probably gonna be how the channel is going forward. Like, probably, I know I'm just gonna upload what I want at the end of the day. Might be WWE, might be NBA. It's gonna be some type of sport thing for sure. So yeah, overall, I won't lie to you, man. By next year, I might be fully locked in. But we'll see. I mean, there's also gonna be a new batch of wrestlers, and like the wrestlers who are new right now will eventually find their groove. I think that there might be a mix of that as well, where we've seen the same guys for quite a long time. I think that's a good thing about taking a break wrestling, because when you come back, there's a bunch of new faces. And right now it's a bunch of the old people on top still. Of the, like this, it's still same old. So maybe by the time I come back, it'll be a fresh coat of paint, and you know, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, let me know you guys' thoughts in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.